Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chanel startled awake, and Johnny reminded her that she had taken the morning off from the bakery. Chanel heaved a sigh of relief. "The morning belongs to us," Johnny muttered. As Johnny kissed Chanel, she pushed him away. Chanel said she wanted to remain mindful of the doctor's advice to delay pregnancy for a year. "After my miscarriage, I'm not taking any chances," Chanel stated. Chanel grabbed into her nightstand for her birth control pills, and she swallowed one. "I don't know if this is the correct moment to mention this or not, but I know there's a danger of another molar pregnancy in the future. And if that's not something you feel you can handle, I just want you to know it's okay, if we don't," Johnny added. Chanel shook her head. "If there's one thing I learned from this experience, it's that when the moment is right, it'll be right. And I cannot wait to have a baby with you." "If you're good with that," Chanel remarked. Johnny grinned, and they made love. Afterward, Johnny reminded Chanel that they needed to meet her mother for breakfast. With a groan, Chanel complained that she never got to rest in bed due to her early work schedule. "You want to reschedule?" Johnny asked. Chanel argued that they could be late, and she kissed Johnny. At the offices of Body and Soul, Abe and Kate toasted their new venture. Abe glanced through a stack of headshots, and he wished aloud that there would be good prospects at their open casting call for the rebirth of the soap opera. "We certainly have a lot of vacancies to fill. We simply have to do it soon," Kate remarked. Kate highlighted that they needed to make the reboot available on streaming before the audience moved on. There was a knock at the door, and Abe and Kate beamed at one another. "Let the auditions begin," Kate suggested. "Imagine, our next big star could be on the other side of that door," Abe added. Kate answered the door, and Abe enthusiastically shouted, "Marlena! I'm so delighted you changed your mind." The woman stomped in and commanded Abe not to call her Marlena. Kate remarked that the woman was in character. "You are the one and only Charlemagne," Abe replied. "I am the one and only Hattie Adams," Hattie said. Confused, Kate stated she had heard that Hattie had left town. Hattie revealed that she had left town in order to find herself, but she had not found solace in a nunnery or a nudist community. "It didn't seem like I fit in anywhere," Hattie remarked. Hattie added that she had recognized that she had last been comfortable when she had impersonated Marlena. "So, my calling is, I am an actress," Hattie stated confidently. "I see," Kate mumbled. Hattie claimed she had spotted the casting advertisement for the soap opera, and she had always imagined that she had looked like Charlemagne. "I think we need to wait a bit. Because you may look like Charlemagne, but can you play the part?" Kate asked. "I played Marlena, didn't I?" Hattie countered. Kate asked Hattie to audition. "Give me a script." "Come on. I'll show you Charlemagne," Hattie said. Abe provided screenplay sides to Hattie, and he directed Kate to portray the role of Lorna for the audition. "Of course," Kate remarked as she rolled her eyes. Hattie stumbled through a few poor efforts, and Abe gave her some direction. When Hattie eventually provided a believable performance, she asked whether she had the role. Abe spotted Kate's scowl, and he requested Hattie to wait outside. "I know she looks the part, but she can't act," Kate remarked. Abe suggested an acting coach. "If we don't get what we want, then we'll make a change." "But that look," Abe said. Kate sighed. After a time, Kate agreed. Kate called for Hattie to return, and Hattie ran into the room. "You're hired," Abe said. Hattie danced in celebration, and she thanked Abe and Kate for the chance. While Abe stepped out, Kate talked to Hattie about her contract. Hattie sought to bargain over her wages, but Kate claimed that Hattie did not have the experience that required more. "I think I need some perks," Hattie grumbled. Hattie mentioned a few items, but Kate shot each of them down. "Would Abe want an unhappy Charlemagne?" Hattie asked. "You're making a mistake if you think you can twist that man to your advantage," Kate cautioned Hattie. Kate told Hattie that the offer was take it or leave it. Hattie signed the deal. Stephanie was working at the CAF in the plaza when Jada contacted her from the police station. I told Marlena our theory that Everett never re-emerged and that Bobby is still in control, Jada stated. Jada acknowledged that Marlena was limited by doctor-patient confidentiality, but Jada felt like Marlena agreed with the assessment. And how did she react when you told her that we think that he may have stabbed Rafe? Stephanie asked. I'm keeping that on a need-to-know basis, Jada added. Stephanie agreed. Leo stopped by the table and he questioned Stephanie, what did Everett do now? Stephanie hurriedly stopped her call and she mocked Leo about sneaking up on people. I smell a story, Leo replied. Stephanie was reluctant to say anything, but Leo contended that the paper was a mess. Okay. But this goes no further than this table, Stephanie replied. Stephanie told Leo that Everett had dumped her. That cad. Steph, I'm really sorry, Leo remarked. Leo admits that he was astonished. Before Everett was sent to Bayview, he prattled on about you constantly, Leo recalled. Leo contended that something was odd about the circumstances. Everett told me he wanted to focus on his mental health. He didn't think it was fair to ask me to wait for him while he got better, Stephanie stated. Leo lifted an eyebrow. But you would have waited, right? And Everett knew it, Leo stated. Leo maintained that Everett had not been acting like himself since his discharge from Bayview. How so? Stephanie asked. He has been gloomy and aloof for one thing. The other day, I had to pronounce his name 3 times before he heard it. It was almost like he didn't recognize it, Leo added. Leo gasped. Leo postulated aloud that it had been Bobby that had dumped Stephanie, not Everett. Leo pointed out that Jada had been married to Bobby. If Bobby is still in control, maybe he dumped you so he could be with her. Leo said. Stephanie refuted Leo's viewpoint, and she underscored that Bobby was not in charge of Everett. Leo disagreed. Stephanie requested Leo to keep his theory to himself. I could just make it a blind item, Leo said. A blind item? About someone having several personalities and 2 loves? Everyone will know who you're talking about. Not to mention, you'd be writing a blind article about your employer, who I doubt would take kindly to you making insinuations about his mental health in the paper he edits, Stephanie argued. Leo sighed. Do you think I could be right? Leo asked. Stephanie said no. Leo volunteered to talk to Everett, but Stephanie asked him to leave the matter. After Stephanie went away, Leo grinned. Not gonna help. What does she know? It's not like I'm without certain talents. Besides, when have I ever remained out of anything? Leo said.